Well, I haven't had an update on this here lately, so I thought I'd bring it up to speed just a little bit. I'm gonna have to mute this thing because of the sound though. So as you can see, the crack is still visible, but I'm not worried about it. This is something my wife and I got. I don't even know where we've got it. We've had it so long. We used to be huge antiquers. A couple times a month, we'd even go out of state to go look for antiques. But we picked this up somewhere along the line. I just don't remember. And you'll see with some of the pictures, or there's like 6 inches of this thing that was just so burnt up and in bad shape that I had to cut it off and try and salvage. It's called a peel. What you see here is a piece of mahogany, and they call it a Dutchman. Back in the day, when you had a crack in a piece of furniture or something, they would put these Dutchmen in there and it would stop the crack from opening up anymore, and it add character to it. So that's what you see here. It's actually called a Dutchman. True story. You'll hear this next one. It's funny as hell. So he actually asked me what this thing here was, and I was a little surprised because he's a big cabinet guy, builds furniture, everything, but just doesn't know some of the things that, I guess, old school stuff. I said, it's a Dutchman. Now, he's Amish, a Dutchman. He looked at me and just looked at me silly. I said, no, really, it's a Dutchman. But he got a laugh at it, I got a laugh at it too, because he had no idea what it was called, but that's what it is. I'm gonna continue sanding on this. So you'll see what looks like a crack. It's not really a crack, it's just a filler that was in there, and but it's going nowhere with this Dutchman in place. All right, let me finish this up. It's not going to be perfect, you know. It's not going to be perfect. I don't want it to be perfect, but let me finish this sanding and we'll bring you back to the next step. I think that's tapered down enough. Hopefully you can see that. I'm outdoors sanding today in almost 100-degree weather because I don't want all this dust inside the cook area. I think that'll shaffa. In Amish, that means that will do. All right, next thing I'm doing is I'm gonna break out some of my recycled peanut oil. Part of the reason why this thing split like it did is just because the wood is just so dry. So we're going to put a coat of oil on this thing. It's like, you see how dry it is, it's soaked that up already. It's like watering your plants. You know, they're going to need, wood needs nutrients, moisture also. A lot of people will use in-dust furniture polish and stuff like that. You know, I'm not a fan of that stuff at all. But use what you want. You have the patience, and depending on the type of furniture it is, I mean, if it's today's, you know, buy it and throw it away furniture, then you know, you can continue to use whatever you want. But if you got an old piece of furniture, you know, in my opinion, it needs some nice paste wax, furniture paste wax, a German brand if you can find it. All right, there you have it. All sealed up. I'll probably put another coat or two on it yet. We'll let this soak in real good and see what we come up with. Let this soak in real good. Maybe give another coat, see what it looks like. You see all the character that's left in this thing. You know, over the years, you know, how many pieces have been cut up. That's one thing that I always got a charge out of with antique furniture. It's like, if it could only talk. I mean, who knows? This pizza peel could have, a pizza could have been made on here. One of our presidents, been your mom and dad, your uncle. But it tells a story. That's why I get so much, that's why I get such a charge out of antique stuff. You never know. All right, y'all, that's the end of the restoration for this. Wonder what's next in Sleeper's future. What in the world is he going to use this thing on? Smash burgers? I don't know. Stay tuned and you'll find out.